Hello, this is Soundout here. Welcome back to another Power Rangers review. Today we're taking a look at the Power Rangers Ninja Storm Storm Power Megazord, or Storm Megazord for short. Now, why am I reviewing this guy today? Do you need a reason to review a Ninja Storm toy? I don't. So here we go. Now, the Ninja Storm Megazords were very interesting lot, mostly because they have a lot of smaller Zords known as Power Spheres. A lot of those didn't get released in America, neither did its final Carrier Zord. But that aside, these are still really cool. So we're going to take a look at each of the three Zords individually before looking at the Megazord combined. Because we have the Hawk Zord, Lion Zord, and Dolphin Zord. Quite interesting lineup indeed. So let's begin. So first we begin with the smallest and least interesting, the Hawk Zord. Now, as fair warning, I've had this Megazord since it came out back in, I don't know, 2003, 2004, whenever it was. So the paint's kind of chipped off here on the Hawk Zord and some of the other parts of the Megazords. Sorry about that. As you see over the years, I've tried to fix it, but yeah, he's kind of beat up. I've had these guys since I was around 8 years old, so that explains that. Anyways, as you can see, the Hawk Zord, it looks like a hawk. He's got the wings there. Now, these are the same molds as the Japanese versions, but there is a lot of paint missing. For example, this was painted gold. This was painted in white on the Japanese version, and I believe there was some die cast to him. These are all plastic from what I can tell. Maybe there is a little die cast. It's hard to tell in this weather. It's like 103 outside. Anyways, as you can see, the Hawk face is well painted. You have the beak in the cockpit. On the back, again, the missing details are problematic if you're displaying them in Zord mode, but personally, it's going to be displayed in Megazord mode. On the bottom, you got another beak thing. That's kind of weird. But yeah, very simple, very small. One of the few instances where the Red Ranger Zord is the smallest and least interesting. One of the few instances. Alright, next up is the Dolphin Zord, the Blue Ranger Zord. First time we had a female Blue Ranger in Power Rangers, and the first and only time I can think of that there's been a dolphin, at least in Power Rangers. I'm not sure about Sentai, I think there was at one point. Anyways, Dolphin Zord's really neat, mostly because it's very unique. The dolphin is blue. The tail fin here is a little bent, again, because I've had these for so long, and it doesn't quite want to stay together. The one downside to the Ninja Storm Megazords is that they do start to degrade over time. Clips break, they loosen up. Just wait till we see the Thunder Zord. Anyways, so really nice dolphin design, and actually really cool looking. This does spin for several reasons that we'll go into later. And most of all, the paint was mostly retained. The silver logo, or the gold painted logo, and everything looks pretty intact. There are a couple clips down here that you fold out, like that. And you take this black piece here, you clip these two clips into it, and now you have a rolling Dolphin Zord. So it has some playability, I guess. I don't really see the purpose of this. This is the only thing this black piece does, and I never used it. And I had this thing. There's just no point. Go through all the trouble to clip that on, and you accomplish pretty much nothing. So, yeah, that's the Dolphin Zord. This piece is entirely useless. But yeah, Dolphin Zord, pretty cool. Now we have the biggest and baddest, the Lion Zord, which is the Yellow Ranger Zord, which is our first male Yellow Ranger, I believe. Anyways, as you can see, this guy is massive, especially when you compare it to, I don't know, the Hawk Zord, or even the Dolphin Zord. Yeah, balance of power is not. Anyways, moving along, you know, he is huge, and that's to say something, because he does form the majority of the Megazord, a whole, like, 90% of it, basically. But as you can see here, he's got two back legs, two front legs, he's got a tail, he's got arms, kind of, and he's got a nice spinning mane. It looks really nice. The mouth does open and close, and that's pretty cool. But other than that, you're not going to get much posability out of this guy. Removing the tail section can be used as a ripcord and can spin the mane, which is used for many things in the future. But really cool overall. The tail just slides in. There's a little slot back there where the tail just pokes in. Other than that, not really much to him, but he is large and in charge. So now that we have the three of them together, let's put them together. We're going to start with the easiest one. We'll put the Megazord off to the side. I'm going to start with the Dolphin. All you need to do with the Dolphin is extend the Dolphin so it has a little elbow joint. Push the tail back so this peg's exposed, and fold the hand out. That's all you need to do. Lion Zord, most complicated. First you need to remove his head and fold out the fist here. Once you do that, put that off to the side. Take the Lion Zord, pull the tail piece out, push that down, bring it up like this. You want to fold the feet around, fold down and around, split the legs, and pull the legs open. Now, if you notice here, it sometimes gets out of alignment. So whenever you're collapsing the legs, push down the red button here first. But that's an easy enough fix, I believe. And once you get this all aligned, like I said, sometimes these things can be tricky. Once you get that aligned, it looks pretty good. Alright, from here you want to fold back the legs, and be careful because I already have a broken clip on here, so if that pops apart, I apologize. And you take these sections, you pop them open, bring them back, like that. Now, continuing on, you want to take the lion's head, plugs as an arm there, the dolphin, plug an arm there. Finally, take the Megazord, fold down his head, bring these wings closed, like that, fold the back section up, flip the face down, and plug the head on. And now you have the Storm Megazord. So, what do you notice about the Storm Megazord? Well, that is just one of the Zords. So there really is no balance of power, which is kind of funny considering when they debuted it in the show, they were talking about how the three of them needed to work together equally, which apparently meant make Dustin do all the work. Now, looking at the Zord itself, it's a very nice looking Megazord overall. It is a bit asymmetrical, with the dolphin being armed here, but it does have, good range of articulation. The elbows can bend, the hands can open for various power spheres. And same on the other side, there is no elbow on this one as far as I can tell. No other articulation besides that, but you can see that most of the chrome was retained. Again, there's a lot more paint details on the Japanese version. There was die-cast on the Japanese version. And I think the lack of die-cast has caused these guys to be less sturdy over time because they're missing a component. But as you can see here, the face for the Megazord looks really cool with a little face plate or mouth plate. He is off-center. That's not the camera. That is the actual figure. Is a bit off-center because of his legs having issues. You can see on his back, he does have the lion legs back here, and there are pegs that we'll discover in later videos. But you can see the legs look really nice. And overall, pretty freaking cool. Now, that's pretty much all there is to the Megazord on his own. You can still activate the ripcord gimmick here, where you spin the mane. And if you want to, you can recreate that one time where you have the Dolphin Blaster, which doesn't recreate as well as it should. It doesn't really need to, though. Wait, the thing rotates? Oh, wow! I did not even know that. Till just now, I did not realize that this thing actually can rotate. So you can do this, which happened in the show, or you just go spinning it. And wow! So you can have the Dolphin Blaster. I've had the toy for 10 years and still new things are discovered. Ain't that wonderful? Now, the big gimmick of the Megazords is that you'll notice there's a button on the back here. The button, when you unleash these clips here, look, the chest opens. Pushing that button will launch out the first of the power spheres. Now, these were released there were 17 of them in all, released between Megazords and Lightning Mode Megazords and other things. And there were several only released in Japan. And there was one that was never released pretty regularly. But this is number 1, and it's the one we're going to focus on today. Now, this one contains the Serpent Sword. So each power sphere does contain a new weapon. We'll just close this up now. So you can take a look at the Serpent Sword here, all folded up. You take this, extend him out like that, bring down the handle, fold out these little wings, and now you have the Serpent Sword, also known as Power Sphere number 1. It fits into the hand of the Megazord very well, and he can wield it, which is pretty cool. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to review the Power Spheres since I do not have all of them yet. I do plan on getting them all. So I'm going to just review each Power Sphere as the ones that came with the Megazord, and then the Megazords, and then I'll review the rest of them when I have the rest of them. But there is the Storm Megazord. Now, what can I say about this Megazord? It's kind of weird, it's kind of kooky, doesn't hold up very well over time. I would definitely recommend getting the Japanese version, probably a bit sturdier. But the American version does have its benefits. It's easier to find. And, you know, it comes with a Power Sphere. A Power Sphere that's holes poked into it because of stupid children suffocating themselves. Anyways, so overall, not a bad Megazord. Not too many pieces left over, just the tail, Power Sphere, which you could store in his chest, and this thing, which was completely unnecessary. And, you know, I'm impressed. I do love Ninja Storm. It's my favorite of all the Power Rangers seasons. And having this Megazord is fun. And I've had him for years, and it's been fun owning him. Especially when you have the Thunder and Samurai Star Megazords, which I do. So stay tuned, as my next Power Rangers video will probably be the Thunder Megazord. If not, we will take a look at something else. But that is all. So stay tuned for more reviews here on Soundout 12 YouTube channel. And be sure to check out Hirotaka.com. Talks to the Sensei. Goodbye.